What's going on, good people? Today I have with me another video on my Raspberry Pi. As you can see, this is my old Raspberry Pi, the Raspberry Pi 3 model B plus, and I've been using it for so many years now. And you can see that I have modified a little bit of the case to cool it down a bit, and all the heat sinks, my old ones, are still there. So yeah, I didn't upgrade to a model 4 because Raspberry Pi 3 was good enough for my use cases to run a few codes, to do a little bit of experimentation, building small projects. I think my Raspberry Pi 3B plus was good enough for me. So I'm still using the same model. And what happened recently is the keyboard that I was using earlier, this one, the few of the keys have stopped working. So this W, S, X, these are not working for me. Even the function 2 is not working. So, but yeah, this keyboard was a really nice keyboard. It's been with me for so many years, and it has given a quite a long life for its use. So I'm happy with the product. But now that it's not working properly, I'm be shifting to a different one. So this is the Bluetooth keyboard that I'm using with my Motorola tablet. This is my Motorola tablet that I am using, and as you can see, I have installed the USB camera here. So what I'm going to try and do is uh, just use this screen for my video output for my Raspberry Pi, and this Bluetooth keyboard has an input device, and yeah, this trackpad has my mouse. So let's see how it works. Now this is, I'm setting up for the first time, so I do not know if it will go fine or not, but yeah, I just want to try something new, because mainly because of this keyboard issue. But again, the reason I'm also shifting to a Motorola rather than my Samsung is the bigger screen. I need a tablet to look at larger fonts. So that's why I decided to use the tablet instead of the mobile. Okay, so let's get it on with. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to use my same peripherals like this video capture, and I have connected it to this extension for the USB uh, output, and this HDMI cable will connect to my Raspberry Pi here. So again, like, why I'm using an extension cable, why can't I just connect it directly here? Because, well, for one reason, that I do not want to damage this particular piece of metal that sometimes could happen when you're using video capture. And also, like, in case my Raspberry Pi is currently here and I have connected my power input to a long cable, but yeah, in case I am keeping it in a different table and I want to just have my display over here, then in this regard, having a longer cable makes sense, and I prefer to do it over cables rather than with wireless for many reasons. So let's just set it up. Okay, so I have connected the USB-C to the USB-A to USB-C, and this has been connected to the extension cable, the video connector, and then the HDMI is connected to my Raspberry Pi. Now I'm going to give power to it, and let's see what happens. And from there I will try to connect the Bluetooth keyboard to my Raspberry Pi. Right now it just paired to the tablet here, but I need to connect it over Bluetooth to my Raspberry Pi as well. So let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, I have given power to my Raspberry Pi. The fan is working, and here the tablet is okay, so the output is not here yet. Let me just redo it. Yeah, so the video output is working. As you can see, my Linux operating system on my Raspberry Pi is working, and I can see it here. But uh, right now the keyboard is not connected. So to do that, I'm going to connect this wireless mouse to my Raspberry Pi and try to work through that. So let me just connect this over USB. So I'll just place it right over here. Let's turn on the mouse, and yeah, as you can see, the mouse is working. Let's turn on the Bluetooth. I have turned on the Bluetooth, and let's just try and add a Bluetooth device to it. Make discoverable. Add a device. Searching for Bluetooth devices. So I have turned on this PowerPoint, and now what I am doing is I am pressing on the connect. Okay, so now it's giving me the device name. Let me just click on pair, and it's hopefully will pair. Connect successful. So let's just try the pad. As you can see, as I am moving this, the my finger on the touchpad, the cursor is moving. So let's just click OK, and I am wirelessly connected my Raspberry Pi to my Bluetooth keyboard. So I do not need to use my wireless mouse anymore. So I'm just gonna remove this, and now this is the new setup. So the Bluetooth keyboard is the only wireless device I have used here. Otherwise the power is coming through my adapter, the official adapter of Raspberry Pi, and the output of video is coming from my HDMI cable, and it's going to my video converter, which is converting the HDMI video output to USB-C, and this USB-C is being used here as a connector, which is converting the file from USB-A to USB Type-C. Now I can use my touchpad here, and let's just use the keyboard as well. So I'm just gonna just click on the terminal, and let's just try a few things. Yeah, so the terminal is here, and let's just see if I have the G++ compiler in my Raspberry Pi. So I'm just going to click on G++ dash version, and you can see that I'm typing on the Bluetooth keyboard. Now let's just hit enter and see what happens. So yeah, so I have with me is this G++ compiler here, so that is working fine. So now what I'll do is just see my path, like where exactly I am in the directory. So pwd, and it's giving me that I am in my home and under my home file. So let's just make our directory and let's just call it C. Let's call it C. So that is done. CD C, and we are in the C directory. Now what I'll do is okay, so let's just create a small program and say hello world for now, and let's see if I can compile it and run it here. So first and foremost, I'm going to do nano frst dot cpp. So this is going to be my text editor for now. As I click enter, then I am in my nano. So let me just write a small code, and then I'll just compile it. So now you can see that I have written a small code for hello world here, and now I'm just gonna save it, and I just control C on my keyboard, and it's asking me, do you want to modify the buffer? So I'm going to click yes. The first CCP, I'm going to overwrite this file to include the code that I have written. Yes, so that is done. Now what I need to do, okay, so let's just see the directory. Here is my CPP file when I am doing the directory. So let's just compile it. So unlike Python, which is an interpreted language, C++ is an compiled language. So I need to compile it through a compiler and then run the output file. So let's just do that. I'm going to use G++. Then I'm going to put in my file name, and let's just give it a name. Okay, frstc. So first C program, this is the name I'm going to give it to it. Click enter, and let's see if it compiles. It's taking some time because the Raspberry Pi is a little bit slow. So let's just use directory again, and you can see that frstc, the file has been created. So I have cleared my screen, and let's just try and running that file. So let me just bring up that file name. Yeah, so this is the command I use to compile the file. So I'm just gonna remove everything from the front. I'm sorry, this camera is not able to focus a little bit. So yeah, so I'll first type dot and dash, then the file name, and let's see. Now you can see it has given me the output hello good world. Maybe I could have used a blank line here, but yeah, so this is working fine, we can see. So this setup I think is pretty good. I have been able to compile a code for C++ on my Raspberry Pi without any dependencies installed. So yeah, this is a pretty good setup, I believe, and only thing that I'm using wirelessly is my keyboard, and rest is through wires. And the reason that I use wires rather than just using a putty on my, let's say, a laptop or something is because I feel that the latency is very less on cables. But since this was also a wireless keyboard, as I used a dongle with it, this one I used to connect with my Raspberry Pi. So yeah, there was some latency issue, but putting a big chunky keyboard is also a little bit troublesome. So yeah, what I have done here is just only connected my Bluetooth keyboard with my Raspberry Pi, and I am displaying the entire desktop on my Motorola tablet, and you can see this is a fairly an Android system. Like you can see that if I remove it, it's my regular tablet, and I'm just using the USB camera app to display the output through the HDMI, and I'm converting it through my video capture, and just in a few minutes it has got a little bit hot, but nothing to worry about. And then this is being transferred over USB to an USB A to C, and on the port, the charging port, I am connecting the video output to be received by my tablet. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Take care.